Hello and welcome back to the Pop-Up Podcast here live at When Words Collide 2025. I'm your host, Lucas, and I'm here with...
Nathan Ogloff.
Thank you, Nathan, for sitting with me today. How are you?
I'm just fantastic. This is one of the best festivals I've ever been to.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fun. We're on the second day of the festival as of this recording, and have you seen any of the fun stuff happening, workshops, panels?
Yeah, I mean, it's all just been great. Today, however, I got up a bit late, had breakfast, and then my first session, like the panel that I was on, was at 10. And then after that, I met up with my marketing person that I've just today met for in real life.
Oh.
First, we just hung out for a bit. And
Oh, great.
And then yesterday, what the hell else was I doing? Yeah, just attending a bunch of different panels. Went to the keynote. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
Eden was so much fun to listen to. She was so funny. It's just been a great, casual, relaxing atmosphere so far.
Awesome. And are you a writer or are you more of a reader?
I am a writer, and you guys
Fantastic.
can get my books in the Merchant's Room. My first two published books. The first one's The Sapient Empire, and the second one is The Sapient Empire, The Realms of Restarted Civilization, and it's an 8-book planned series. I'm working on the first draft of the third one right now,
Nice.
Shadow of the Waking Nightmare, and that's going to be out next year, no later than November. And so, yeah, if you guys are around, pop on by, grab yourself a copy, and you're in for a wild ride. You won't be disappointed.
Awesome. Sounds really cool. What kind of inspired you to get into that, like start that series?
I had an idea for a story, and so it goes way back. I had this idea pop up in 2013.
Okay.
And I thought, like, I'll get this done in 2 years, and it'll be on bookshelves, and it'll be selling like hotcakes. Well, the reality was it took me 9 years to finally get the first one done. It was originally supposed to be one novel. It split up eventually into this series that I'm going to make. Then I spent 2 years trying to get it into the hands of querying agents before I just decided to self-publish it, and it came out last year.
Okay.
And before I got the idea, I was actually in video game development, and I kind of was, what's the word I'm looking for? Playing around with that. That didn't really work out, but I said, why not make it a novel? Because it's a simple medium.
Yeah.
You can do it just yourself.
Yeah.
You think you got a good idea going on, and if you can really make this work, man, it's gonna blow people away.
Yeah.
And then I might have been at the high point of the I want to call it the Dunning-Kruger effect, where you get that initial high, and then as you get more experience, it kind of goes into the valley of despair.
Kind of plateaus, yeah.
Yeah, and so I spent years working on it. Eventually got to that plateau, valley of despair.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm climbing out of it right now. Ask me in a month, maybe my opinion would be different.
Okay.
But I just thought nobody's ever seen something like this, right? Because it's a post-apocalyptic sci-fi epic where civilization's making a comeback. So I said, if I can really make this work again, it's going to blow people away. So I just kept at it and eventually got the book out there.
Fantastic. Well,
Thank you.
Well, yeah, no problem. Props to that. It's not the easiest thing to get a book out there, that's for sure. No. Before you started writing, was there a moment or a time that kind of just like made you ultimately push for it? Like decide one day, like, okay, this is what I want to do.
So in 2013, when I committed to this, I actually thought I wanted to do acting. I thought this is something I could see myself doing, and then I realized I don't like physically moving and speaking too much.
Yeah.
Plus, I think by now, at my age, I realize if I'm spending 90% of my time going, fuck, I don't want to do that. I can swear on this, right?
You can swear.
Okay,
it's
cool.
fine.
I'll keep it. Like, I won't go.
Yeah, no worries.
But I don't want to be like, fuck, I got to do that. Fuck, I got to do this, right? And then what was kind of interesting was I kept thinking about this novel. I was like, I keep wanting to work on this novel. It wants to gravitate me towards that. And then almost like it was a sign from the heavens, a sign from God. I had this student film I was going to do. I was going to be in. But then the first day of shooting, I got sick. I had like food poisoning or something. I was kind of out of it for the rest of the week. And so they were on a tight schedule. They had to drop me and replace me with someone else. So that was just kind of like the pivot point where I'm like, okay, just forget this acting thing. Go pursue the novel full time. And then I just spent time researching everything I could remember from high school English literature and what they teach you, and then what makes a good novel, what makes a bad novel. I wrote some short stories, did some proto outlines to it. Didn't really work out, but it was like in 2015 I finally started writing the first draft of what would eventually be the first novel. And so that's really what got the ball rolling for me.
Okay. When it came time, to write your book, were there any inspirations, either intentionally or subconsciously, that you pulled from when it came to writing?
Yeah. So I really liked District 9.
Yes.
From 2009, simply because whenever you see alien invasion films, it's always either E.T., where the aliens nice, or it's like War of the Worlds, where they're here to destroy.
Yeah.
And it's always in the States.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas District 9 was like, oh, it's South Africa, and they're here as refugees, and it's like, oh, this is what other parts of the world, how they view alien invasion. And so with my post-apocalyptic series, I was like, I really wanted to, and a lot of it hasn't happened yet. Some of it's starting to happen with the third book, but it was like, I really would like to see what other parts of the world view post-apocalyptic, and then the idea, especially with my books, of how civilization comes back and how they react to that. So in the back of my head, I do have that going on when I am creating my stories.
Okay, awesome. And I know you said that the post-apocalyptic, the sci-fi story, is kind of what you pivoted into when you decided you wanted to work more on writing. But are there any other types of like genre stories or tales that you hope to tell?
I would say just simply because I play a lot of Lord of the Rings online.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I do the quests, I always read the dialogue. And I think I read so much of it, it just kind of seeped into me, like a tea bag seeps into the hot water. So I think a lot of my writing style does lend itself to how that's written, especially how I sort of try to make it like smooth and I guess silky to read as it flows. Everything flows into each other.
Yeah.
As my dad said, he said it's like somebody from the 19th century living today writing about something in the future, and he says it reminds him of War and Peace.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of understand where. I mean, he's coming from. You draw. No, that's really cool. You said it's going to be an 8-part series, the post-apocalyptic
series,
8-book, yes. And you're currently working through number 3.
Yes, I'm 2/3 of the way through through the first draft of the third novel.
Okay.
I've got the fourth one pretty much planned out. There's some stuff I got to rework.
Awesome.
So, that's where I am right now. So I can honestly say a quarter of it's done.
Cool. And when it comes to planning out a larger series like that, would you have any advice or even just a personal anecdote to give to people out there who don't know where to start when it comes to planning out a series like that?
Well, first of all, you'd have to figure out if you are a pantser or a plotter, and you're going to figure that out pretty quickly when you try. So I tried to just wing it, and then I was like, no, I can't do that. I got to plot it, right?
Yeah.
Plus, I kind of do like outlining it just because I call it the trailer I give to myself. Any hints? I would say if you're going to undertake something of this magnitude, it helps to sort of, I call it like a tenants document. So it's basically what I do for mine with post-apocalyptic. I have just a document and it says, what do I like about post-apocalyptic? What are good examples of post-apocalypse? What are some like principles of post-apocalypse in general?
Yeah.
And what are you trying to say, and how can you incorporate that into the book? Because it does give you guidance when you got all these issues and themes, especially of the modern world like me that I'm trying to deal with.
Yeah.
And you're trying to incorporate that into the story, and you're doing it in a meaningful way that doesn't break the immersion. And as for just general outlining, it helps if, especially with world building, it helps to have documents for each of your characters, like here are these characters, what's their personality. A quick way of figuring out your characters, you just ask them 20 questions.
Yeah.
And then there's another document of like, here's the societies, here's where they live, here's their core values, here's how it incorporates into who they are. And then after that, when you're designing the actual plot, if you decide that you are a plotter very much, it's I'll be honest, that's a bit of a mess with me. I have like document after document. But what I usually start with is if I figure out my arc and storylines, and they say, okay, this is this storyline, this is this storyline. Let's just focus on that first and figure out what's going to happen when.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, I have sort of like a final document I have of like, okay, here's how the scenes are all laid out next to each other. And that's really all I can say. But I'll also say to you guys listening out there that if it's a little messy, that's okay. Because that's just the nature of the beast, and I don't think you're going to meet a lot of authors that disagree with that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that's something good to keep in mind, that just because it's messy doesn't mean you're doing things wrong. Like, there's bound to be a bit of disorganization when it comes to just all the different moving pieces that come together to make that sort of cohesive beast at the end of the day. And I wish you best of luck when it comes to figuring out the rest of that series. And considering you're already working on number 3, seems like you have a good idea of where things are going.
Seems like it.
But yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to see it. What's the name of the series again?
Okay, so the name of the series, guys, is called The Sapien Empire. If you just look up The Sapien Empire, my name, Nathan Ogloff, you're going to get the first 2 books in the series.
Okay, awesome. And if kind of similar to that, if someone wanted to find you, like, do you have any presence on social media?
Oh yeah, I do. You go to my website, nathanogloff.com. You're going to get links to like my Instagram. I don't use Twitter much, but I do have Threads, and I have a Facebook page called The Forge Work of Nathan Ogloff that you can follow.
Yeah.
And where else am I? Yeah, I think that's pretty much. I do have a Blue Sky account. I haven't used it much, but I am on there also.
Okay. Awesome.
But yeah, just you guys can always reach out if you want.
Fantastic. Yeah, but thank you so much again for sitting down and talking with me. This has been really great. And like we said, Sapien Empire, keep an eye out for that. That's going to be great. Can't wait to see it all come together. And thank you so much, Nathan, for speaking with me.
No problem.